Hello, lovely people. I wanted to come on today because, well, two main reasons. The first one is that I gave myself a challenge to be more bold this year. And so this is part of my commitment to trying new things, seeing how they work, and kind of deciding from there where I want to take it. So here I am on video for the first time, sharing some of my thoughts with you. One of the things that I've written a lot about is this inner dialogue that tends to not be serving you in your life. A lot of research has been done at Harvard as well as Stanford around this inner dialogue and how it hampers us really reaching our full potential. And a lot of research has also been done around how to quiet that inner dialogue down in order for us to be able to lead our life from our inner leader. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So just like we all have a saboteur or a gremlin, that narrator in our minds, that where fear comes from, insecurity, doubt, all of that, we also have a part of ourselves that is wise and clear and just has a certainty about itself. I like to call that my inner leader. Some people call it their captain, wise one, whatever you decide to call it is all great. I call mine my inner leader. And my inner leader just knows. My inner leader is that part of you that stays when all of that negative talk is quieted down. It knows the way forward. It doesn't worry about what anyone else thinks or what might happen. It just moves forward with conviction, with stillness, with a certainty about itself. And so there's a lot of exercises that we do in coaching where you start to tap into that inner leader. There's a whole book written on it. There's tons of books written on it. But one of the ones that I have found really, really interesting is one called Positive Intelligence. And it's based on a lot of the research that has been done at Stanford around positive intelligence and how by tapping into that, what they call your PQ brain, that creative part of yourself, that you can really live up to your full potential. Now, I know that that terminology is so overused, and I almost have a reaction when I hear full potential just because it's such a buzzword. And so many times I think, well, what does it really mean? What does it mean for me to be living to my full potential? It feels heavy, and it feels like I haven't accomplished something that I should. And what's interesting about this concept is that what they've been able to study is that the more that you are able to tap into that inner leader, to that PQ brain, where creativity lives and where you can really create something spectacular for you, no matter, and it doesn't have to be something big, but it's certainly something meaningful for you. The more you tap into that, and the more that you are able to quiet down your internal gremlin or saboteur, the more successful you are on your own terms, the happier you are on your own terms. And so one of the things that I talk a lot about as a first step is to really to start taming your gremlin. And there's a beautiful, easy to read, kind of short, brief book called Taming Your Gremlin. And the first step towards that is really just noticing it without judgment, but noticing what it's saying and naming it. So there's my gremlin again. There's my perfectionist again. There's my judge. Whatever you decide to call it, just name it and then go about your day. See what comes of it. As you continue to do this and bring awareness, just putting a spotlight on that internal dialogue through just noticing, observing it, and naming it. It'll get louder. You'll notice it more because you won't be in autopilot, but you'll also start to detach yourself from it more. And that's the first step towards quieting that down. One thing you can do to tap into your inner leader. Whenever you hear that gremlin, you name it. Just bring yourself back to your body and just notice. Become really aware of your feet on the floor, or, your hands by your body. Just bring attention to it for a few seconds. It's almost like a mini meditation, a mini consciousness practice. By taking your mind away from your thoughts for just a few seconds, you can stop the pattern of what you were typically used to doing. You can quiet down your saboteur and tap into that inner leader. So try that for a week, and then I'd love to hear what comes up for you. Thanks. Have a great day.